going to show you how to create a centre stepper card using a template downloaded from Craft World. So I've downloaded my template and I've printed it off direct from the Craft World website. Now I've just printed it off onto a very thin printer paper, and if you've not used templates before, please do pop along to the video that shows you how to work with printed templates at home. So I have adhered my template to the back of a mint colour cardstock. This is one of my favourite coloured cardstocks at the moment, and I'm just going to cut out the template and do all the score lines and the cut lines as per that video that I was just talking about. So I now have all of my cut and score lines ready on my card base, and now for the folding. I always like to work from the front, and the front will be the side of the card that's got the most score and cut lines. The back is almost a plain panel here. So with the centre stepper card, what we're going to do is from the front, we're going to imagine that our card is upright in front of us, and the first score line up is going to go back down. So this is going to be what we call a mountain fold. Now a mountain fold will look like a mountain, so it goes up and down. You can leave on your template glued to the back of here if you wish, or you can remove it afterwards. It's entirely up to you. Now the next fold is always going to be a valley fold, so we go mountain, valley, mountain, valley. So we'll concertina the fold as we go through. So the front one being that mountain, the back one's going to be a valley. So I'm going to push this score line downwards, okay, and that will create for us a valley effect, as you can see there. So we've got the indentation going downwards. The next score line then will be the mountain again. And as you can see, the centre here is bending, so we need to mountain fold this top one. And as you close your card, you'll see that everything folds for your centre stepper there. So this is the stage where I'll then remove my template. I leave it in place just in case I've missed a score line or a cut line that I haven't noticed, so it's still in the perfect place. But once I have the shape of my card, I can then carefully remove my template from the back and pop it back onto my acetate to use another time. So now what I like to do is take a bone folder, and I just like to go over all of my score lines carefully with the bone folder, just making sure everything is nice and strong and that everything's in place. Ensure your card stands, and now we can do the decoration. So what I like to do for decoration is take another version of my template. So on here, I'm going to take a pencil and a ruler, and I'm going to create myself my own little template for a mat and for layers. So with a pencil here, I'm going to work around this T shape or upside down T shape on the template here and these long bars here. And I'm just going to draw myself lines that come just about 1/2 centimetre inside of this shape. So I'm creating a slightly smaller T shape in the middle. To keep things even where I can, I'm using my ruler across two parts of a panel. So for example, at the top of the two bars here, I've done the line on the same distance. I'm going to do the same at the bottom of the bars here. So place my ruler straight across both, and then use the pencil across both there, so that way I know that I've got the same distance. So I've now drawn a rectangle inside of this bar, and around this T-shaped bar as well. So I'm now going to take my scissors or a trimmer, it's entirely up to you, and I'm going to cut these inside pieces out. Now we can dispose of the rest of this template. Now you can make these pieces reusable. So I'm going to spray my pieces here with a removable adhesive, spray adhesive, and then once I've finished working with them, I can then put them onto a piece of acetate alongside the main template and keep them all together. So just popping the removable spray onto each of them. And then I'm going to choose my patterned paper to put these onto. So now I've cut my pieces out, I can remove my template and I can place that on a piece of acetate or another non-porous material, just so that I can reuse them another time. By using a repositionable spray, as you can see, I'm not actually damaging my paper at all. Now these should perfectly fit the front of your card with a slight border around the edge like so. That's perfect. So I'm going to adhere these on to the front here, just using a wet glue. Now to decorate this card, as you can see, I've already used one of the patterned papers from the Simply Made Crafts from Helen Griffin, a Grand Day Out paper pack. I'm also going to be bringing in another paper pack available on Craft Stash. This is the Vintage Artistry Anywhere 6x8 collection pack, and this is by 49 Market. I'm just using a small element of this, and that is one of the twine die cuts here. I'm going to be bringing in a craft tag, and these can be picked up from any stationery shop or post office. And then lastly, I'm going to be bringing in a couple of embellishments. Now this is going to be my sentiment set, so I'm going to use the word thank and you die cut from my own textures range. This is from the Brushstrokes collection, and we have all the sentiment dies in here. So I've got those already cut out, but they have been cut from the excess cardstock that I made the card base with. That way I know that the sentiment's going to perfectly match the card base. And then to finish, I'll add just a few of these small enamel dots from Old to New. So now we can stand our card upright again, making sure you reinforce those mountain and valley folds. And we have a pretty card there, centre stepper. You haven't had to buy or purchase a die set to create this. You've done it all using your Craft World template.